Hey guys, Marcello here from Wandering Trader. Wanted to do a quick video talking about the my life as a digital nomad over the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. It's really special for me right now to be in Costa Rica. Right now I'm bringing one of our traders. For those of you guys that don't know, I day trade in the stock market, but I brought one of the traders for his birthday down here to Costa Rica. You guys can see behind me the office. It's an absolutely beautiful hotel called Guia, or ¿cómo se dice? Gaia or Guia? Gaia. Let's say it's called Gaia, and it's been a really special last few years, especially since I've traveled to over 100 countries, all 7 continents. Antarctica obviously was amazing. I've lived in 12 countries across 5 continents as well. It's been absolutely incredible to live this life, and I think even though it's easy for somebody to say, yeah, well, just go, quit your job and go travel the world, I think there's a lot of things that people don't know that they can do when it comes to being able to travel the world. Obviously, you don't really need to have a lot of money. In terms of being able to travel whenever you guys don't have money, it's really just a matter of time. For those of you guys that don't have a lot of money or are looking to find ways to make money, obviously I prefer day trading because we can do quite well. I'll actually get this camera here and I'll show you guys my my live positions for today and the profit that I've had so far today. You guys can see here about $3,600. If you don't have the money to trade, or if you don't have the capacity, or you're not ready, right? One of the things to understand is that you could probably live on a few $100s a month in Asia if you really wanted to. I have always wanted to have my own apartment, and the way that I traveled when I was going around the world is I always wanted to make sure that I integrated with the local culture. I never wanted to stay at hostels or hotels to meet other tourists, just to be able to go around and travel with them. What I really wanted to do is be able to interact with the locals, assimilate with the locals, speak the local languages. I speak about 9 languages now, so I really think that you guys can do it. My experience over the last 8 or 9 years, especially when I started day trading about 15 years ago, is that the internet really wasn't as good as it was back then. And now, I don't know if I said that right, but now the internet is much better all around the world, including in Africa and especially Asia. So if you're looking to find a job where you can or have the capacity to be able to travel around the world, there's a bunch of jobs that you guys can really do. I think the most common, and one of the things I really want to talk about as well, is the travel blogging, because I know many people want to have a travel blog and think they're going to get paid to go to places for free and make a lot of money with a travel blog. But one thing to keep in mind, especially with a travel blog, like I've had Wandering Trader, I think for the last, I think now it's 6 years, 7 years. It's going to take you guys a while to get to the point where you are able to make money. Obviously, if you have the right connections, you have to make sure that there's a few different ways that travel bloggers make money, but obviously don't count on just having a travel blog and making money off your travel blog, because I can tell you guys from experience, I did get to the point where I was making a lot of money, but it wasn't until the 2 or 3 year mark. It has to do with a variety of things. Obviously, going back to the traveling for free, you guys can couch surf. You guys can a lot of times stay. I know I met a lot of places in Asia and Brazil that you can work for them for free, and they give you a free stay, so you don't have to worry about too many things. But it is something that you can do, and I would recommend that everybody actually does it, because I think that most of us, especially in the United States, to be able to grow as a person, I think travel, as much as day trading, has really taught me a lot about myself. I was a very impatient, selfish, self-centered person back then, and now, being able to see things around the world and appreciating other people, I guess is the right way to say it. I think, you don't have a lot to complain about when you see people in the poverty when you travel around the world. Let me put it that way. And whenever you do travel around the world, you not only grow as a person, but you also develop a lot of skills that I think go unsaid. You know, things about being able to handle yourself in unsuspecting situations. Things like getting robbed. You know, I got kidnapped in Venezuela. I got detained in South Sudan. Outside of that, I haven't really had any other issues, but you really begin to learn a lot about yourself, and I think everybody should do that, especially for you guys in the United States. We're a little bit disconnected with I don't want to say our own culture, but we're a little bit disconnected with ourselves. Overall, I think if you guys are looking for a place that is cheap, Asia obviously is a good pick. South America isn't really as cheap as it used to be. Most of the internet around the world you don't really have to worry about. I ended up settling in Medellin, Colombia. That's you know, I call that place home now. I'm not there a lot, but obviously I always go back and forth. And Chiang Mai is a really big hotspot for those of you guys that are in Asia and Thailand. I have a few friends living in Vietnam as well. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys really want to travel the world, I think you guys should just risk it. You know, at the end of the day, what's the absolute worst that can happen? You run out of money, you have to go live with your parents, you start all over again, you go get a job. On the upside, one of the things you guys can do is you can create your own job, right? You can go in and learn how to write or learn how to take videos, be a videographer. I have a full-time guy now that does all my videos. Thank you for all the guys that put in for the contest. So there's a ton of different ways that you guys can actually make money. Everything from, you know, I love day trading because obviously I want to travel in style. As you guys can see here, I'll show you guys a little bit of footage of the location here. But also you don't really have to make that much money either in order to live the way that you want to live, especially in Asia more than anything. I think there with a few $100s a month, you guys can get a penthouse apartment, you guys can live well, eat well, travel. You know, there's a lot of expats now that are there in Asia and Bangkok and everywhere. So I didn't know that the adventure that I started 7 or 8 years ago would lead me to where I am today. Part of what I want to do is actually thank you, or a lot of you guys that are going to watch this video, because I think if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. I want to thank all the traders as well, because obviously we've created a bit of a community to where a lot of us can be very, very successful, and we really rely on each other to be able to make sure that we continue to make money in the market. I think that's something that's really great that we've done. And for those of you guys that are like I said, afraid to do this, I just recommend you guys go for it, because there's not really a whole lot that can happen bad-wise, and if you have a few $1,000s saved up even after your flight to Asia or whatever the case may be, it's not going to cost you that much to live. And I think you guys will learn more about yourselves, and you'll learn more about traveling around the world than what it will cost you. In other words, the benefits of being able to learn all that stuff when you travel will actually be a lot better for you guys than the actual money that you lay out. So it's something that you guys should consider, because I really think that it'll benefit you guys in the long run. You know, I started in Canada, then I went to Argentina, then Argentina before the crisis, obviously. Creo que ella quiere una toalla. After that, I went to Chile. From Chile, I believe I went to Brazil, then Colombia, then Africa. I did Kenya, Ethiopia, all of Eastern Africa, including even Zimbabwe in the south or in the center, Zambia, South Africa, India. Man, India was absolute chaos. Fourth world, it's not even third world there, it's fourth world. There's a really, really funny skit from Family Guy. If you guys want to look it up, just look up Family Guy India. It's actually really funny, that describes what India is like. Asia also is something I didn't really explore as much as I would like, because obviously that's when I started focusing more on my business. But I think now, well, for those of you guys that are going to follow me, I'm doing a trip right now through Costa Rica for a week. We're doing an event here for all our traders. After that, we're heading back to Colombia. For those of you guys that don't know, we have that trading center down in Colombia that I opened in Medellin. And then from there, I'm going to Asia, and I'll be in Asia for an entire month. I'm going to go to Maldives. I'm going to go to Indonesia. I'm going to go to Bali, which is Indonesia, for those of you guys that don't know. And then I'm going to Tokyo, which I'm really excited about because I love sushi. For those of you guys that know, I'm a sushi addict. And then from there, I'm going to Singapore. So using Singapore as a hub, exploring Singapore, going back to the Marina Bay Sands Resort. From there, I'm going to Tokyo, coming back, Bali, coming back, and then going to the Maldives, which would be really nice because I've always wanted to go to the Maldives. So Yeah, guys, I mean, it's been an crazy adventure over the last few years, especially places like Africa and Asia, India, when I lived there for 3 or 4 months, and I really think that a lot of you guys can benefit a lot from it. So I'm gonna try to do a lot more videos for you guys, especially since a lot of you guys have asked me to. I think YouTube and even, you know, things like Instagram, you know, follow me if you guys don't have it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll also be I'm gonna start a kind of like a Q&A series that you guys can ask me questions, and I'll be happy to go ahead and help you out with any kind of questions you have about trading or travel or whatever the case may be. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys have a great one. Ciao.